Witnessing the voice of the GOAT. Come on. I'm determined. I'm focused. Come on. Woo, come on. Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a special episode of Junior's World of Soul. I am back with a new video. Yo, I am so hyped to talk about this video, and I'm so hyped to be doing this video. I'm just like so hyped. Y'all, this video is special because this video is about my brother, my best friend. I am talking about Deadly Sin. Now, as you can see, as hype as I am, I came in one of my favorite songs from him. It's entitled Determined. It's off his underrated, and I mean underrated, demo album. Yo, you can go check it out on Bandcamp. I'll put that in the more info box so y'all can check that out. But that's one of my favorite songs, and I felt like if I'm going to be talking about Sin, I'm going to come in with one of my favorite songs. But this video is all about his album that he just released about a week ago, entitled Infinity. Yes. Infinity, people. Infinity. This album is like that. This album is like that. And yes, I have the physical copy that I got. I brought it on iTunes. Like, I am a fan. I am a supporter. You know what I'm saying? And my support is real. You know what I mean? But, you know, I know y'all probably thinking, yeah, you supporting him, but he's your best friend and he's your brother, so you're going to be a little biased. No. Gonna stop you right there. I am a music fan first. You know what I'm saying? Yes, at the end of the day, he is my brother and my best friend. But at the end of the day, I'm a music fan. And if I'm gonna talk about an album, it got to be good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and just because we best friends and, you know, I just want to talk about his album and it not be good. No, that's not me. I am a music fan first. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to talk about this album because this album is dope. But forget all about that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into this album. We're going to talk about Infinity, how dope it is, and all that good stuff. But I definitely want to give y'all a little background before we go into the songs, before we talk about some of the songs, and give my good review on this album. Because for real, Sin deserves this review. I'm telling y'all, for real. But, you know, a little history of this is I've known Sin for about 3 going on 4 years now. And I remember, you know, when we connected really on music because, you know, we are such soul heads and we love it so much and we got a connection. It's some songs that I like that nobody else liked that he liked. And it was like we connected like that. And it was just like I felt like I've known him for like all my life. And that's why we call each other brothers that we never, you know, we never had because at the end of the day, he's the only child, and I'm the only child. So it's like I met somebody that's just like me, like musically, and then the more we start knowing each other, it's like life. You know what I'm saying? We're such alike in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? But I remember one day, you know, he knows that I love the Illmatic album. That's one thing. I love the Illmatic album. And Nas is one of my favorite MCs. And Nas is one of his favorite MCs. So I remember, you know, in the beginning of, you know, me and him really getting tight, he was like, yo, bro, I really want to do an album like Infinity. I want to do an album like Illmatic. And I want to call it Infinity. You see, I'm so hyped to talk about this album. I'm already getting it all mixed up. But, yeah, he was like, I want to do a Nas Illmatic, and I want to call it Infinity. And he was like, yo, I've been wanting to do this since 2007. And I was like, really? I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. I was like, you waited so long. And he was like, yeah, I know. But he was like, I felt like maybe, you know, the time may be right. But I want the album to have a feel of Illmatic and the Infamous, Mobb Deep's The Infamous. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, you know that Nas and Prodigy is 2 of my top MCs. So he was like, I want that album, my album to reflect that. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because by now, you know, I'm already like loving his album that he brought out called Return of the Sinter, and it was Act 1. And I did a review on it, and I'll put it in the more info box. But, yo, I was like, yo, he can spit. So I was like, yo, bro, if you want to do this album, do you. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, no, I want to put out a couple of albums before Infinity. But he's like, I think it's, you know, I'm getting close to the time that I want to actually start this album. And I'm like, all right, cool. So after that, he put out another album that he entitled The Demo, that he included a lot of people on. A lot of people on, and it's so underrated, like for real. Like, he got some bangers on there. As y'all can hear, I came in with the song Determined, that's on there. He got a song entitled Jews, Live from Flint, when you get to really learn about where he's from, Revival, By Your Side, Trying with Results, and Rainy Days. So this album has a lot of heat on it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he was getting a little discouraged because he really put a lot of people into this album and he didn't get the love that he was supposed to get. You know what I mean? But I told him it's all good. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you made this album and you felt like this was an album, a good album. You put it out. I liked it. You had other people that liked it. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, just because you're not getting the love that you're supposed to be getting, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, maybe after a couple of weeks after that, he was like, yo, I think it's time for me to get ready to put the, you know, put the gas on Infinity. And I'm like, oh, all right. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this album is like 10 years in the making. So I'm like, you know, bro, do this. You know what I'm saying? It's time. If you feel like it's time, it's time. So he was like, yo, I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of sleepless nights. He was like, I know me and you talk often, but he said, you know, I'm be so focused on this album, yo, we ain't going to be able to chat like we normally do. And I'm like, it's all good. When you are an artist, you're an artist and you're in your own, you know, your own vibe, that's what should happen. You know what I'm saying? So I said, it's all good. You know what I mean? I was like, just keep me updated on how everything going and we good. So he would give me an update like maybe, because this is the summer of 2017. So he'd give me an update around like every month or so, and he would be like, bro, you know, I did this song, I did a couple of songs. He was like, yo, bro, one time he hit me, was like, yo, I ain't sleeping like 3 nights and all this. And I had to get them together because I'm like, bro, you need to sleep. I know you want this album to be everything that you envision and everything, but I'm like, yo, you need to get you some sleep. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, yo, bro, I'm in the zone. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going off on him. But he trying to be creative and I'm going off on him. But, you know, that's just the brother in me, like, yo, I need you to get your rest. You need to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? So you can wake up and be fresh for another song or something like that. He like, nah, I need to get in this zone. So he wasn't paying me no mind because he wasn't sleeping. So finally, it was like maybe the end of... No, it was like maybe the second week in December. He was like, bro, Infinity is done. I was like, damn, really? He was like, yeah, it's done. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so when you releasing it? He was like, well, I'm probably going to release a single off the album like the last week in January or the first week in February. And then I'm going to release the album on the 26th of February. So I was like, oh, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? As a fan of his, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited because I'm like, where's he going next? But I know kind of where he's at because he wants the Illmatic, Infamous type of vibe. So I'm like, okay, this is the space he's in. So he was like, yo, I got to tell you, Deadly Sin is back. And I was like, oh, the lyrical assassin is back, huh? He was like, yeah, yo, like, I really, like, the rhymes is on point. You know, I got the right beats. Like, everything is just right. He was like, it's going through, you know, the mixing and mastering type of thing, and I'm getting everything right. I'm like, he's making me hype. You know what I'm saying? So he keeps kind of talking about it. He didn't like to talk a lot about it because he didn't want to tell me a lot. But then he was just like, yo, I'm releasing the single. And mind you, I'm at home for my mom's birthday the first week of February. So he was like, yo, I just released the song. I'm like, oh, word? So I go on and I go listen to it. He released the first joint, y'all. The joint is titled Wicked. All I got to say, when he meant what he meant, when he said Deadly Sin is back. And he was not playing any games. And here is Wicked. Just listen to the straight bars that he's spitting. Like, just listen.
Levitating while meditating, I'm here to make a statement. But dudes keep forcing my hand, I gotta take this game where it needs to be. I bring out the fear and any half-stepping MCs. None of your songs are great.
Weapons to me.
Screaming like let us see. When they step into me, I'm wicked. Nobody
do it better than me. Ha! Half man, half amazing. Oh, I was like when I'm listening to the song, mind you, I'm home with my people, and I'm like going crazy in the house, and my mom like, what's going on? I'm like, yo, Sin just dropped a new single, yo. The joint is called Wicked. It's crazy. Like, he's spitting straight bars. Like, he letting people know he here to make a statement. He like, stop sleeping on me. So my mom is like, okay. And she didn't understand it, but I let her listen to it, and she was like, okay, I like that. She was like, that's giving me definitely some old school hip hop. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, wait till I tell Sid, I'll let him know what you said. So then I called him up. I was like, yo, bro, I apologize for you going off on you and trying to get you together, telling you that you should sleep. But if you giving us stuff like this, maybe you shouldn't sleep at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, if you busting out joints like this and you ain't sleeping, then I'm going to need you to not sleep so we can get some bangers like this. And he said, oh, listen, it's been a couple of nights I wasn't sleeping because I was in that vibe. You know what I mean? So I was so hyped, and I was just like, yo, bro, I'm ready for this album. Can I have the album now? He like, nah, wait. He was like, yo, it's coming out on the 26th. But I'm like, yo, I want it because Wicked is so hot. So he was like, nah, but I'm going to throw another single out there. And I'm like, oh, we going to get another one? And he was like, February 13th, we getting another single. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, what's the title? He was like, I ain't telling you. I'm just dropping it. So I'm like, cool. So mind you, I'm getting used to Wicked. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn the lyrics to it, jam to it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Rock to it, even though I suck when it's trying to get some freaking lyrics to the song. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best, but I be trying. As y'all can see when I came in with Wicked, I tried to get a little bit of the verse, but I ain't great at it. But it's all good. So I'm at work, and then I see he hit me. He was like, yo, bro, I just put out the second single. I'm like, you gonna do this now and I'm at work? I was like, I can't blast it like I want to. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in the crib. I ain't in the house. And he like, well, nah, I just put the joint out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, fine. So I look at it. I go on iTunes. I buy it. Even before hearing it, I buy it. I ain't previewing it. I'm buying it. That's my support. So the joint is called The Mission. So I'm listening to it, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, oh, Lord. I said, listen, my co-workers is just going to have to be mad today, and I'm about to jam to this joint, because this joint is straight fire. Again, this joint is called The Mission. It's with Flash, because he told me, he was like, yo, it's a feature on it. And I'm like, oh, I thought he was doing away with the features. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, I got a feature on it. And it's with Flash, and like I said, my co-workers going to get mad today because this song is it. And here is The Mission. And real recognize real. Boop! But here is The Mission.
That's the mission. Selling y'all these full-course meals, that's the mission. Real, really recognize real.
That's the... Ooh, that's the mission.
Haunting like visible phantoms, that's the mission. Cooking hot, fresh dishes, that's everybody craving that raw,
that's the mission. Woo! Like, again, he is spitting. Like, he letting people know, yo, like, y'all want that real? I got that real. This is the mission right here. So I'm like, yo, he is not playing. We get Wicked and we get The Mission. I'm like, this is crazy. And The Mission was produced by Kill. And I must say, Kill put his foot on this production. It's crazy. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm hyped. Like, I'm completely hyped. I'm like, listen to me. And listen to me right now. Saying, I need this album. I don't know what you waiting on. I'm your brother here. Why I can't have it? He was like, nope, you got to wait like everybody else. I'm like, See, even when I try to be on some brother-ish, and I be like, yo, let me get it before everybody, he like, nah, you got to wait like everybody else. So I'm like, fine. So finally, after 2 weeks, he releases Infinity. And before I listened to it, I told him, bro, I'm so proud of you because I know this was 10 years in the making. And, you know, I know how bad you wanted to do this album and you finally did it. And I'm just so proud of you because you put your mind to something and you did it. You know what I'm saying? And this is before I even listened to the album. You know what I'm saying? So I only knew the 2 songs, which was Mission and Wicked. But I just wanted to show so much love to let him know, like, bro, you did your thing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are set out to do something and they have the idea, but then they don't do it. But he did it. And this was after 2007. We in 2018, 11 years later, he finally does the album that he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? So I had to give him so much love. And I was like, bro, you already won. You know what I'm saying? You won. You know what I'm saying? So he released Infinity. I listened to it. Mind you, I'm at work. It's early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It's like 7 in the morning. I don't care. Earphones full blast. I'm at my desk typing, doing what I got to do at work. And I'm just going through the songs. And I was like, yo, I wanted to do a review. But I was like, no, let me live with it. Because you know what I'm saying? People these days, they don't live with albums. It's like you love it the first day. Then you play it. And then that's it. And then you forget about it. I'm like, nah, let me live with it to see how I feel after a week. And after the week, I still felt the same way. And I felt like this album was dope. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do this review after I lived with it for a week. And this is what I'm going to do, y'all. So he released the 16-song album. I have so many favorites off the album. But I'm not going to talk about every song because I don't want y'all to be here for like 19 hours because I can go through and talk about each song in depth. But I definitely want to talk about some of my favorites. And hopefully after you guys hear the clips, then y'all can go right ahead and y'all can go support and listen to Infinity because I'm telling y'all, yo, this is a dope album. And you're going to love it as much as I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm a soul lover. I'm such a soul lover, but I'm also a hip-hop head thanks to my dad. So when I know he was a real hip-hop head. So when I hear real hip-hop, it gets me. And that's what Infinity is. You know what I'm saying? But enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can get real sensitive and all that when it comes to sending his music because, yo, he just connects in some way that a lot of other people can't do. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, let's get into this. My first song that I want to talk about is track 2. It's entitled Zombies. Now, when I heard Zombies, it kind of reminded me of the storytelling that Big was doing on Things Unchanged on Ready to Die. And it also gave me the flavor of Everyday Struggle because it was like Sin was definitely telling us what was going on in our world today, how it is now. You know what I'm saying? Just to giving us a little bit of the past on what it was about and how it is now. And it was just like, it just reminded me of the storytelling that Big did on Things Unchanged. And, you know, and the line that really gets me on this song was when he said, brothers would rather stay on the corner than to see something better. And I think that is so real. Like, it's so real because that was then and it's still now. Like, brothers still is like, you know what? I'd rather sell, make easy money rather than do something good with my life. And I'm like, yo, that's so real. You know what I mean? So then, you know, with that line and then the horn on it and the saxophone. And one thing about me, if you got a horn on it and a horn on your record and you got that horn in the right place and it's in the right places, you got me. And that's what he did with Zombies. So this joint, track number 2, entitled Zombies. And this joint is so real. And here we go. Goes a little something like this.
Why do we try with all of our might? Why do our youth die and we continue to cry? How can we strive? Zombies patrolling the block, lifeless. Puppets to dark forces, hurts to write this. Murder rates rising like they got a special license. Everybody in the rat race, how can we fight this?
Come on.
Y'all gotta wake up no matter the cost. Y'all the future, we can't take a permanent loss.
Woo! That's so real. That's so real, y'all. Like, yo, like that. It was like, it just. And then what I also liked about this, and y'all hearing the horns and all that good stuff, and it reminded me of Marvin Gaye's Inner City Blues. Like at the end, y'all know when it's just music and there's no, you know, there's Marvin is not singing, and it's just, you just hear, it's like the ending. It's like maybe like, what, about 5? It's like maybe 2-3 minutes, and he just lets the music ride. And I felt like that vibe is on Zombies. And I was like, yo, this song is so real. It's so dope. And then for me to say, it's like Inner City Blues and Marvin Gaye with that was taking you on a ride, you know, mainstream on a ride through the hood. Let them know this is what we dealing with. And a song like Zombies, that's exactly what Sid did. So for me, it connected me with Soul of Marvin Gaye to him. So it worked. And I think that's why that song is a favorite of mine, and I had to talk about it. So, Zombies, track number 2. Now, the next favorite of mine is track number 4. It's called Clever. Now, this is when Deadly Sin is spitting just like Wicked. And when I heard the track, I said it gave me like late 80s, early 90s, like maybe from like 87 to like maybe 92, 93-ish. Type of vibe. That's what I got from it. And you know, like when MCs would just get on a record and just spit for dear life, like it reminded me of like a Rakim's Raw. You know what I'm saying? Like he just straight spitting, and that's what Sin is doing on this record. And to me, you know, Sin is proving to the listener that, listen, I got bars, and then he has a catchy hook to it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's dope, and that's why it's a favorite of mine. And the joint is entitled Clever. And here we go. Goes a little something like this.
Challenge me, you get body like Schwarzenegger and Terminator, I'm Vader. Plus Obi-Wan, Yoda, Chewie, Layla, and Luke. Using the Force on tracks to prove to y'all it's no fluke. Instrumentals on death row. On albums y'all ain't heard yet, so let's go. You know Deadly Sin.
That's the best flow. Sin so clever, Sin so clever. Sin is a lyrical rebel. Sin so clever, Sin so clever. Haters ain't on your level. Sin so clever, Sin so clever. Sin is a lyrical rebel. Sin so clever, Sin so clever. Haters ain't on your level. Woo! So you see what I'm saying? Like he's spitting, like just straight spitting for dear life on this record. And then he comes with a catchy hook. You can't get no better than that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, yo, this is dope. And to me, throughout Clever, he's letting you know that my rhyme skills is clever. I'm dope, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me. Like, he like, yo, if you want to challenge me, I ain't never scared. My rhymes is clever. He said, yo, you dead MCs are surrounding my palace. Like, yo, like he letting he like calling out dudes. Like, he like, yo, play with me if you want to, but I'm clever with mine. You know what I'm saying? And I just was like, bro, it's just straight busting shots. And I'm like, bro, I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no games when it comes to your spit. And I was like, dude, I was just like, go off, bro. And then with the catchy hook, I'm like, come on. You can't get no better than this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, one thing about hip-hop with rappers, I like when they come in cocky. When they talk and they mess. And that's what he doing on this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, yo, this is a favorite of mine. This is hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? It's the sport. You know what I'm saying? He letting them C's know, like, come for me. I'm ready to do this. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that's definitely a favorite, because it gives you that what hip-hop really is. You know what I'm saying? So that is clever. Now, the next joint, Underground Railroad, and that's number 5. Right, I'm going in order, right? This is a favorite because it sounds like a conversation that Sin and I always have. We have this discussion every day. And it's like, I felt like this was Deadly Sin meets Junior's World of Soul. Junior's World of Soul meets Deadly Sin. Because it's about music. You know what I'm saying? And we understand music and we both love it. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about there not being a balance on mainstream radio when it comes to music. You know what I'm saying? And it's like every day, me and him be having like 30-minute conversations about this. And I'm like, when I heard this song, I was like, yo, this sounds like a JR and Sin conversation. And I was like, yo, this is dope. And what I like on what he said, and to me, I feel like on Underground Railroad, what he's saying is I'm the train that can lead you to the good music. Because it's there. It's there. People just not trying to find it. But he said, you get on the train with me and on this railroad, and I'm going to take you to the good music. And I was like, yo, the way the way I'm thinking of how he did that, hopefully that's what he was thinking. How I heard the record, I'm like, that's dope. That's dope. Because he knows that a lot of people feel that way, like him and I. You know, a lot of people feel like people not getting shine like they supposed to on mainstream radio. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, for him to talk about it and put it into his music, I was just like, that's real. You put your truth into your music. And a lot of people, when it's from the heart, it reaches the heart. And I feel like a lot of people connect this song because a lot of people feel that way, especially when it comes to hip-hop, especially when it comes to R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like he said in the song, he was like, gatekeepers be the program directors, but playlists rule, no longer breaking records anymore. Like, you got these program managers like Ebro that just has the same playlist every day and not breaking in new artists at all. There's no breaking records. You remember when we used to listen to radio and records be broke and people used to call in like, I want to hear that song and I want to hear that song. No, they have their playlist and that's it. And it's just so sad. But that's why I really connected to this joint. So here's a clip of Underground Railroad. And it goes a little something like this. Because I could talk about that song all day long. And I think he knows that. But here we go. Here's Underground Railroad.
So they just share it. Well, in 40s, lame legends like 3 stacks don't want to come back. I'll handle that. Cool, I'll pick up the sound. Y'all all know you can take it from me. If you tired of the trash and you want to be free. I'll your knees, y'all, and I'll never fail, though. You can trust me.
I'm the Underground Railroad. Come on. And you want to be free.
I'll supply your needs, y'all, and I'll never fail, though. You can trust me.
I'm the Underground Railroad. Ooh, like, you hear what he's saying? He like, listen, come with me and I'll take you to where that good music is, including myself. You know what I'm saying? He giving love to other people, but also giving love to himself because he know there is a lot of music out there that people just not hearing. And he like, come on this Underground Railroad, I'll take you there. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that is just so dope. And with this song, it connected to me so much because Sin understood why I really created Junior's World of Soul just for that reason. You know what I mean? And he gets it with hip-hop, and he know I get it when it gets to R&B. So to have this song on his album, again, it sounds like a JR and Sin conversation, and I was able to connect with it. So that's Underground Railroad. Dope track, y'all. Now, this next song is a favorite of mine. It's track 11. It's entitled Sin. And I think this has to be basically my favorites of the favorites because this song gave me Nas, I Gave You Power. Now, y'all know when you talk about Nas and you talk about his lyrical abilities, and you be like, what Nas song you think he's really spitting? You gotta talk about I Gave You Power. It's just a must. You have to. And that's just top notch. But because Nas basically made himself as a gun. He was like, I'm a gun. You know what I'm saying? And the way his lyrical content with it, and it's like he's taking you through the steps of him being a gun. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's dope. So when I heard Sin, what he did with this song was he said he would take on all of our sins and everything will be all right. I'm like, yo, that's deep right there. Like, you want to take on our sins. And mind you, his name is Deadly Sin. I was just like, yo, what? I was like, how did you do that? And when I listened to the joint, I was like, yo, this is deep right here. And again, he's showing his Nas influences. Because when I asked him, is this Nas type of flavor? He said yes. So at first when I heard the chorus, I was like, yo, is this Represent? He was like, nah. He was like, listen to it again. He was like, listen to it again. And I listened to it again. And he was like, I was like, Nas kind of I Gave You Power-ish. He was like, yes. I was like, oh, snap. I was like, yo, you killed it with that record. And, you know, for me, the line that he gets when he says, I am the lie that is dancing on your tongue. That's some deep-ish right there, yo. I'm the lie that is standing on, that is dancing over your on your tongue. Yo, really? Who thinks of something like that? And I was like, his Nas and Prodigy influences. Why am I not surprised? You know what I'm saying? And it's dope. So here is Sin. Give y'all a nice little chorus of it. I wish I can play a lot more of these songs, but now that Sin got it on iTunes, you know what I'm saying, he doing big things. I can't be playing whole songs like I did on the other review, but it's all good. But here is Sin. Give y'all a good part of that. So here we go.
Your vices, I'll be there while you fight this. Ready to push you over the edge. I like this. I go round, spreading across town. I'm the bad side of your conscience that brings you down in a pool of temptation, sinking they all drown. I mean your thoughts always on the prowl.
Come on, yo! Like, come on, like, and then y'all hear that horn? See, I think Sin knew. He was like, yo, I know I'm going to get JR because he likes horns. But you can put a horn in some songs. But if you put it in the wrong spot, that don't make the song good. But he put it on the chorus, though. You know what I'm saying? And that chorus is just, y'all, that is just so deep right there. And I'm like, this dude is saying that he would take on our sins. Like, how do you do that and spit that in the whole record? I was like, yo, that is some lyrical assassin mess right there. I was just like, this is crazy. And the imagery on what he does on this record is nuts. Everything about this record is perfect. And that's why I said, for me, it's my favorite of favorites. And I know I had to talk about Sin on this record. It had, wow, it's crazy. I had to talk about Sin. And he's saying that he'll take on our sins. And his name is Sin. You see how dope that is? You see how dope that is? Like, that's just crazy, but everything about this track is perfect, and that's why that's a favorite of mine. So track 11 is Sin. Now, I have two more favorites that I'm going to talk about. One is a song that needs to be heard, and especially in the world that we're living in today, and the other is just very, very soulful. You know what I'm saying? The first record is called The Movement. Now, this song is needed for what's going on in our world. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to black men and we're dealing with police brutality and, you know, police injustice and what we're dealing with and all this, you know, crazy dealing with race and all that. This song really hits that. You know what I mean? And, you know, for me, I like when I can listen to a record and it can connect me to something else. And this record, The Movement, made me think of Living in the City from Stevie Wonder's Intervisions album. Like, did I say Intervision? Intervisions album. I kind of got that vibe from it. You know what I'm saying? Especially the talking in it. Because if y'all know about Living in the City, Stevie talks about when a guy comes from New York and, you know, he kind of gets caught up with something he don't know about and he's thrown in jail and, you know, the cops don't care and they call him a nigga and all this kind of stuff in the song. It's really an 8-minute song. You know what I'm saying? But this song kind of gave me that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this song is really what this generation needs to hear so you know what's going on in your world. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can respect people like Kendrick putting it in his music and putting it in his live performances, talking to this generation. And a song like this, The Movement, definitely should be heard. And I definitely had to talk about this track. So here is The Movement. And it goes a little something like this.
already known for being corrupt. The mayor and chief sweating bullets trying to hush this up. Mark was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. They released him to a screaming crowd, but no crime was he ever guilty of. We had to give him something, yet still Christians trapped inside of there suffering. Activists from all around, they connect and organize to expose all the propaganda and hidden lies.
Come on, man. Like, yo, that's so real. That's so real of what we're going through right now. And as a black man, I can definitely understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it sucks that we have to deal with this every day we're walking out our house to go to work or to go to school. You know, sometimes we might not come home at night because of issues like this, dealing with police brutality and injustice like this. And for him to talk about it and talk about such a sensitive topic. And one thing about hip hop, it talks about what was going on in our community. And right now, this is really a big topic in our community. And for Sin to add this to the record is just powerful to me. And this part right here that I'm going to play, y'all, is the part that really gives me living in the city. But I just love what he did with it. You know what I'm saying? And he added talking in there, and what, you know, everybody was saying in it was just so powerful. So here we go.
Man, it's ridiculous. I know I ain't lock him up anyway on these stupid charges. Probably gonna lock me up because I'm brown too. You know where to find me all day, every day. I'm right here, ain't going nowhere.
This don't make no sense. Y'all supposed to protect and serve. This is more like provoke and harass.
Fist in the air. Fist in the air. No justice, no peace.
That's real. You know how powerful that was? You know how powerful that was? Like, when I first heard that, that gave me chills, because I was like, yo, for bro to put that into his music, you know what I'm saying, for, you know, the masses to hear, I think that was just so dope and so powerful of him, because this generation needs to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And like, the girl said in it, you know what I'm saying? Like, the police are supposed to protect and serve. And me as a black man, I can't really say they're here to protect and serve, because are they really doing it for me? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was so powerful, and I'm so glad that he put that in the record. And again, Sin, thank you for this powerful record. And I feel like the world really, really needs to hear this. So that's why I definitely had to talk about the movement. And the girl that was talking in this is his wife. His wife. She, Tot, hey sis, I love you. I had to shout you out. You know what I'm saying? That was her saying they supposed to protect and serve. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's such a powerful record. So definitely, y'all, one of the favorites again is The Movement. Now, we're at the last favorite of mine, which is the last track before the two bonuses, and it's called Forever. Now, y'all know I am a soul head, and this track is just soulful. You can feel the vibe, and it's just so smooth about this. And the joint, to me, what I felt like he was doing with this track Forever was basically taking us on a musical ride, doing his musical career. Like, he's taking us from the beginning and letting us know the highs and lows, and you know, people not showing love or people not believing in him. And, you know, you feel like you're on the passenger side of him, and he's just walking you through when he first started and different albums and things like that. And I just thought, yo, how dope is that? You know what I'm saying? He lets you understand his music just from that song. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, it's hard for people to really understand your music like you want them to, and some people just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And I just like that with this song. You're sitting by him, and it's like he looking you in your face, and he's like, yo, this is what I went through during my musical career. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's just powerful to put your truth into your music. It can't get no better than that. And you know, that's kind of the ups and downs of an MC, a blogger, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's trying to do something and want people to connect to it, and sometimes they don't, can really relate to this song. You know what I'm saying? And I love the smooth vibe. He's using the Jackson 5, not the Jackson 5 because they weren't the Jackson 5 because they were epic. The Jacksons show you the way to go sample, and he used this sample. Now I know why he used the sample. He used the sample because first his wife loves this Jackson 5 song. I keep calling him Jackson 5. This Jackson song. She loves this. Tot loves this song. And his pops. And I say why he you know, did this for his pops, because Pops is, you know, a lover of Philly International Soul. Like, Philly International Records is his thing. Like, that's his favorite record label. I remember going, when I went and visit them, he talked about that being his favorite label. So I know, I'm like, okay, I know Gamble and Huff did this song for him. So I'm like, oh, so bro got his reasons on why he, you know, used this sample. But, you know, this joint is so dope. But before I do that, I got to give a shout out to my family, to moms, pops, Tot, you know, all y'all. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I had to talk about y'all some way, somehow. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I got to talk about my family, my Michigan family. I had to, you know what I'm saying? But this joint is called Forever. Dope record, y'all. Feel the vibe. And it goes a little something like this.
Y'all nothing but dope projects. Some didn't get it, tried to stop it. Didn't offer help, only negative words. Gave me competitive thirst. Now all they get is mad consecutive curves. I have them in early therapy with a registered nurse. Wrestling with the devil on the astral plane while trying to catch C's. I'm praying to win battles, hoping that'll change. Over the decade, giving the best music. No way they can deny me now, y'all. I've shown and proved every day. I think.
Woo! He letting you know, yo. He like, yo, I've done this. Some people didn't get it, but now, after listening to this album, y'all can't tell me that I'm not nice. You know what I'm saying? He like, I proved my statement. I wanted y'all was trying to say that clearly my rhymes wasn't there. And you know, you had a lot of the inside haters. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, after you listen to this project, you cannot say that Sin don't got bars. And that's what he's saying on this record. He like, okay, I'm taking you through these songs and I'm taking you through different albums that I talk about from me that people didn't get. But at the end of the day, now that y'all done listen to this whole project, y'all can't tell me, y'all slept on me, basically, and stopped sleeping on me. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's why I said, when you listen to this song, I feel like everybody can connect to it. Any musician, any blogger, anybody that wants to do something that they want people to connect to, they can relate to this song. And like also in this song, you know, sometimes you can get discouraged. But at the end of the day, if you love what you do, you know what I'm saying, and you can connect to one person, it don't even matter. It shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? As long as you get one person. And I feel like that's what Forever was all about. And definitely for me, I could connect to that. Because me being a blogger and talking about R&B music, and you want people to kind of understand what you do. And a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? So for Sin to take you on a ride through his musical journey, I thought was just so dope. And just to have it so smooth. And like I said, again, even though this is show you the way to go, but it still gave me Marvin's Inner City Blues. It's like, because I always say when Marvin's Inner City Blues, you're sitting there with him while he's talking to you about, you know, what's going on in our hoods. And I feel like with this record, Sin is talking to you about, this was my musical journey. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I love music forever, and there's nothing that's going to change that. People might not like it, but I'm going to keep doing it forever, because it's just, I'm gifted. You know what I'm saying? And God gave me this gift to share, and I'm going to share it. And at least if I can get one or two people, I'm fine with that, because then they can start something. They can be inspired by it, and they can do what they want to do with it. So I think that's so dope. So that's why I definitely had to talk about Forever. You know what I'm saying? And this song, yet again, feels like another JR and Sin conversation. So I definitely had to talk about that. So those are my favorites. You know what I'm saying? There's so much more songs. Like, I just gave y'all straight 8 songs off this album. You know, and from these clips, y'all, if you did not get hype from any of these clips, from his verses to the beats to anything, then you don't know music. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Call it what you want. You can say I'm biased because it's him or whatever, but good music is good music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a music lover, and like I said in the beginning, I'm not going to talk about an album that ain't good. And this album is good, and it deserves to get all the praise. You know what I'm saying? And Sin is a music lover, and he talks about it sometimes on his social media and then in his songs. And if he's going to talk about good music, he cannot not make an album that has good music on it. It will contradict everything he speaks and everything he talks about. You know what I'm saying? So this is such a good album. Yo, please, y'all go check this album out. Yo, Sin, I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you to do this album. This album was amazing. I feel like if Nas and the late Prodigy would hear this album, I really feel like they will enjoy it because they will realize how much of a spitter you are, how your beats are right, how musically inclined you are. Like, everything about this album is just so dope. And like I told you, yo, if Sleepless Nights got us this, then I'm going to need you not to sleep more often. You know what I'm saying? Because this music is amazing. And to know that this album was 11 years in the making and you finally did it, it's like you won, bro. And then, like, I connected to it, and I know a lot of other people connected to it. And I know hopefully by people watching this review, they will connect to it as well. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to create your own Illmatic, bro. You did it. You did it. This album is hip-hop. Everybody needs to hear it. You know what I'm saying? It's on all your streaming networks. I'm going to put it all in the more info about. You can check it on iTunes, Spotify, you know, Amazon Music, whatever. Y'all, please go support this album, yo. It's all about cinematic music, y'all. Really, like, really show love to him, yo. And it's also on his Bandcamp, yo. So there's no reason why you cannot go listen to this album. You know what I'm saying? And, yo, hit him up on his social media. I'm going to put that in the more info box so y'all can get this physical copy, because y'all physical copies do matter. Because let me tell you something, Sin did everything with this album. Like, yo, you remember we used to open albums and how dope it is? Like, just for this alone, like, he made you, you know what I'm saying? Like, he put his time into this. Then, you know what I'm saying? And he got his track listings and all this kind of stuff. Like, I think this is so dope. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely had to get my review on it. Again, bro, I am so proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad you released this album, because I know there can be some times you can be discouraged. But, bro, you did it. You did your thing. I'm so happy for you. And you're classic, bro. And with that being said, why don't I go out on the song that you shouted me out on? You know what I'm saying? The joint is called Classic. And it goes a little something like this. Oh, no. I want to give y'all a good one of that.
I can flow from 05 to now. Know I got the game mastered. Boss of the bosses. I'm type classic.
Woo! Ha ha! Yes, sir. Please. Infinity is out now. Go check it out. Yo, my brother did his thing on it. Show him some love after you listen to it on Instagram or Twitter, yo. It's cinematic music, baby. I'm out, y'all. Peace.